Welcome to Nature Craft Box. I'm Stephanie Matthews, and this is the Ocotillo, or as I like to think of it, the octopus plant. So when we first arrived in the desert, I actually thought this Ocotillo was a cactus. Well, because it has thorns and it's in the desert. But after doing a little bit of research, it is not a cactus. It is a plant, and it is a mini-armed or mini-branched plant. Now the Ocotillo, just like a moving, slithering octopus, is the mover. What does that mean? So I was actually able to make a tincture out of this amazing plant, which you will see in this video. And the tincture of the Ocotillo branch is a mover of the body. It actually moves the lymphatic system, or the lymphatic fluid, which is just the fluid in our bodies, in between our skin and our muscles. When we have a lot of stagnation, such as feeling sick or feeling sluggish, having feelings that are pent up of depression or sadness or heartbreak, anytime there's buildup in the liver and we explode with anger and have these high levels of emotions, anytime we have a sore throat or a weakened immune system, Ocotillo tincture can come to the rescue with all of this. So it is a mover. Anytime we're not digesting things and we're keeping that belly fat going and the lipids in our bellies are not processing right, Ocotillo tincture is going to move that and help move things through our bodies. So as you can see behind me, this plant almost looks like it is moving in the air with its wild branches that are coming off in all directions. And the amazing thing is there can be up to 100 of these branches on one Ocotillo plant. And these are a protected plant in the Sonoran Desert, so you don't want to just come out and mine a bunch of these or harvest them. You want to make sure that you are harvesting these only on private property and in very small quantities, as they are very rare and only in this particular region. But with this particular plant, you're going to notice that the branches have these thorns. They're about 1 inch to 2 inches long that come out, as well as leaves. And then there's these beautiful red flowers that almost look like a honeysuckle, and the flowers are very astringent. And they make a beautiful tea, and you can add that the astringent quality of the Ocotillo flower with a desert lavender. And what a great moving and soothing combination for the digestive system that both of those would add. So the Ocotillo is an amazing wonder of the Sonoran Desert to just see, with its amazing branching out. And it really is such a gift to us. And if you receive the Nature Craft Box every month, or if you want to, make sure to head over to our Patreon page or naturecraftbox.com and look at how you can start receiving these wild edibles and medicinals to your home to build your own apothecary. And the Ocotillo tincture is going to be included in this month's Nature Craft Box. So it can help you, especially in these winter months, start moving the stagnation out of your body so you can spring forward with movement and elasticity and remove all of that stagnant winter energy to get ready for the spring. So I hope you enjoyed learning about the Ocotillo plant from the Sonoran Desert, and I appreciated you being here with me. I'm Stephanie Matthews with naturecraftbox.com, and I look forward to sharing more wonders with you shortly. All right, welcome back. I am here with my Ocotillo branch, and I have a fresh, clean jar and some Everclear. Now, just as a side note, Everclear is a 190 proof vodka, and it is a grain alcohol. So the tincture that I'm actually making today is not grain free, which is not my favorite, but it's a high proof of alcohol. But the great thing about Ocotillo is you actually don't need a 180 proof alcohol. If you were to get a 90 proof or a 70 proof even, the Ocotillo tincture would actually work out great. But for many tinctures that we are going to be making together,
Everclear is just the way to go, so I invested in a bottle of it so that I had it, so that it would work for all of my tinctures. All right, so let's begin. Enough about that. So the Ocotillo branch is filled with these pretty sharp thorns and these leaves, which we want to get this outer bark, the leaves, and the thorns into our tincture. Now inside of this branch is the inner pith, and that's actually what we don't need in our tincture. And so the Ocotillo tincture is amazing. It can heal and help with any stagnation in the body, which really means any inflammation. This is even great for emotional things that are stagnant. So if you've got a lot of emotions such as depression or heartache or sadness or frustration or anger, any of these sort of pent up emotions, or if you have emotional outbursts, Ocotillo is an amazing tincture to add into your diet. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just start breaking this and see how it works. So all these little leaves, I am just gonna put into my jar. But I want to make sure not to get any of this rock. So I can see the pith separating from this outer bark, and that is fantastic. I'm just going to take these strips of outer bark, put them right into our nice clean jar, and we're gonna be left with the inner pith here, and this is why we have to break the Ocotillo to make this tincture, because we actually don't want this inner pith into our tincture. This is peeling off really nicely. We're just going to continue to fill up our jar with the outer bark, the thorns, and the leaves. So one quick note about harvesting is we really want to harvest sustainably. So I collected one branch, and I just found a little branch on the outer edges. That way I would not cause any damage to the rest of the plant, and I was really mindful to take only what I needed. And as you can see, this one branch is filling up this whole jar. That's such abundance. So whenever you're harvesting anything, whether it be Ocotillo or even other plants, and no matter what abundance is around you, only take what you need, and that way you can really let what is there flourish. Removing just the outer bark of the Ocotillo branch. Now it's time to put in the Everclear. And I want to talk a little bit more about all the uses for this Ocotillo tincture. The uses are absolutely so overwhelming for how many things this is beneficial for. So like I mentioned before, it heals and helps the lymphatic system, which would actually help immune boosting, sore throats, any sort of sluggishness or feeling just low energy in general. It helps move emotions. It helps heal and restore liver cirrhosis. It helps when you're feeling a little hungover. It helps with so many aspects because it actually promotes and moves the blood or the chi of the body. And it also helps with chronic pains, things like varicose veins, chronic constipation, things that are long-term that have built up stagnation in those areas. Ocotillo tincture is amazing for these things. We will have a full list in our Patreon for all the uses of this tincture, just because they are so abundant. We want to make sure that everybody knows the full uses for this amazing healing medicine. So I'm going to add some Everclear to this, put a lid on it, put it away for the next 4 weeks, do some shaking and stirring up on a daily basis, and then it will be ready to send out to you. Now that I've added the Everclear into this, it's going to start infusing or pulling out all the beneficial aspects of this Ocotillo. And in just a few short weeks, it's going to be ready. I hope you enjoyed watching how to make your own Ocotillo tincture. And if you'd like us to deliver some to your doorstep, please go and visit our Patreon at Nature Craft Box or naturecraftbox.com to find out more details.